Gecko 135th Bedford Truck Part 2. How to paint realistic canvas seats. Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here it's good to have you with us. I was going to do just a build video, and then I thought no one really wants to watch that. It's really boring just watching grey plastic being stuck together. So instead I thought I'd concentrate just on the seats. Here's a photo that I found online just of it's actually a restored truck, but you can clearly see the canvas seats in there. And now the seats in the box are pretty good, but I just felt they needed a bit of zhuzhing up and making them look a bit more fabricy. So the first stage is using VMS Paper Shaper, which, if you haven't used it, is an amazing product for making tarpaulins or any cloth surface really. So I'm using some of the VMS modeling paper, and you just soak it in the liquid, and it becomes pliable and foldable, and means you can work it into all the surfaces of the chair to make it look more like fabric. So I'm working it in with a brush, just putting a bit more liquid in, and then going to work it into the paper just to get it really soaked, and then you'll see me fold it and almost scrunch it up in a minute. Really trying to get it soaked in the paper shaper, and then we can apply it to the seat. So once it's really wet, I'm just going to lay it over the seat, and then just push it into the corners, and then with a brush I'm just going to work that paper so it takes the form of the seat. So there you go, that's both seats done, and you can see how that gives a really nice fabricy feel to it, with some wrinkles, and you can almost see the fibres of the cloth. Okay, so now it's time to get some paint on this. This is the base layer, which is deck tan, just with one drop of khaki in it, just to make it slightly darker. Okay, so once the base layer is dried, that's had a couple of coats of the base layer, I'm just going to make a really thin, really thin wash, just of khaki, and then I'm just going to put this on and drag the paint towards the back of the chair, just to provide a wash, and just to bring out some of the shadows. So you see I paint it that way, but then I push the paint to the back of the chair so that the heaviest concentration of the wash is towards the back of the cushion. Once the shadows are dry, it's time to bring out the highlights. Now, fabric, I feel, is always perfect for dry brushing, because it brings out almost every fibre in the fabric. So I'm just using deck tan for this one. So I've kept just the two paints to do the base, the shadows and the highlights. And I'm just really quickly dragging the brush with very little paint on over all the raised surfaces, so all the edges and the corners, but also across the face of the seat, so it can bring out the texture in the paper or the fabric. And you can see there just how effective that's been. Really decent highlights on that chair. Now this is where the magic happens. So I wanted them to be really grimy and dirty. So this is Vallejo Smoke Ink, and I'm just putting it as a thin layer on where the driver would be sitting. So where the contact of the sweaty driver would be, and then immediately wiping it off with a cotton bud, and then repeating the process multiple times to build up a nice sweaty ring. So there's the second layer going on, and again just taking it off with a cotton bud and just repeating this until the depth of colour is what I think is acceptable. So just keep applying it and then keep wiping it off, and eventually it will turn into a nice dirty sweaty mark. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying your tea or your breakfast. And there you go, look how effective that is. Really nice grimy dirty seat, and then the driver's seat is just as bad. I may have gone a bit too heavy on that one, but there you go. Okay, in the final stage I'm just going to run some dusty pigments along the back of the chair, where the seat joins the back, and just push that into the gap, just to again increase the grime and the dirt. It's going to be a well-worn truck, so it's got to show the age on the inside as well. So there you go, a really nice, relatively easy process, and I think you'll agree they look so much better than the original seats did, and just with a bit of dry brushing and washes. So I hope you guys find that useful. And then here's just an update on the rest of the kit and how it's all coming together. There's the engine. You should all know by now that I really hate building engines, because they're not going to be seen. There's the chassis. And that's about as far as I've got. But it's all going together well, and it's going to be pretty good, I think. So there you go, guys. I hope you found that useful. Let me know in the comments if you did. I'd really appreciate that. Please like and subscribe to see the rest of this build. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.